So today I'm going to be going over the newest chapter of Attack on Titan. Of course, this is chapter 104, and it's crazy to see the parallels in this chapter to the start of the series. And I would imagine that this is going to be an ongoing thing up until the end of, just the manga in general. But let me know your thoughts about this chapter in the comments down below. Definitely curious to see what you guys think about this particular chapter. Definitely a lot of stuff going on, and I have a few theories in mind that I will share with you guys in the coming days. But of course, I want to thank the translator, which of course is Mika6000. Sorry if I completely butchered the name. So the chapter starts off with what I was kind of referring to before, and that's the parallels between, just the start of the series with the Colossal Titan and of course the Armored Titan attacking the world that, we were getting to know. And now we can see basically a child just getting hurt in the midst of all this travesty, essentially. And of course, on the second page, we have just a better shot of Arman in his colossal form. So nothing too crazy, but the transformation alone was more than enough to just blow the ocean in the complete opposite direction. And obviously, he managed to obtain his power quite a few chapters back. But it's just crazy to see how much destruction this Titan is actually capable of. As we move on, we can see that Jean did miss, so the Cart Titan is still kind of there. Obviously, as you can tell, she isn't in the greatest condition right now, but the main target is to try to, at the very least, obtain Cart Titan power, or just immobilize her completely. So as we're moving on, the chapter gets crazier and crazier with every single page. But toward, the second half is where things start to really pick up, and that's where you kind of start to realize, okay, there is some sort of plan here. They are clearly trying to achieve something, but I would imagine that the second time that they obviously get into a fight, it's going to get a bit different. They weren't prepared this time round, obviously the exact same way that they weren't prepared for the Titan attack at the start of the series. In this particular page, we can see that Falco and Gabby are trying to save the Car Titan, and Eren is still in his Titan form. I believe that this is the third time that Eren actually transformed, and of course this is his current limit that we know of, but he's really trying to push it to the limit right now. And here we see a bit of action between Eren and the Jaw Titan. Of course, Mikasa is getting involved as well. As you're going to see, kind of gets a bit of an idea. It kind of seems like Eren is getting overwhelmed right now, but then he realizes, wait, this guy is actually pretty damn powerful. He has an incredibly powerful jaw. I mean, as the name suggests, the Jaw Titan. And as we saw in the previous chapter, he was trying to eat the body of the Warhammer Titan, which ultimately doesn't work out because, of course, she is crystallized. And now this is where we get to see the genius of Eren. He is legit going to use this Titan power to just do something completely crazy, which I didn't even think about till now. Of course, we saw previously how powerful his jaws actually are. And now Eren is using his jaw to completely crush the crystal and absorb the power of the Titan. When I first read this, it was just completely crazy. You wouldn't accept something like that. Eren is legit using a different Titan to crack the crystal so that he can absorb the power of the Warhammer Titan. And I was speaking to my good friend Afro about this, and he mentioned how they never introduced a major character and then just kill them off straight away. And some people may not like that because obviously we may wanted to know a bit more information about them and why, how they managed to come across this power. I mean, we know a bit. We know why their family has a particular power, but we thought it was initially someone else. But obviously, she was hidden the entire time. And we have Annie, who crystallized herself before, but we never knew how we were going to get her, outside of that crystal. People believe that this crystal is capable of being changed by the owner of it. Let's just put it that way. Whereas Annie's, it's just something that's it. She's crystallized forever now because she has no control over it. Whereas with the owner of the Warhammer Titan power, she is capable of crystallizing herself and uncrystallizing herself at will. And now obviously you have the kids, just asking for the help of Reiner. And this, you have to realize that this man is completely broken. So as we move on to the next page, you can tell that he just doesn't want to live anymore. Obviously we did see that a few chapters back. He was almost going to shoot himself. But as we move on, we just start to see Reiner struggling with himself and why he just doesn't allow himself to die, or why others do not allow himself to die, because he clearly wants to die. But this is definitely one of the more interesting things, because we know how the Titan powers work. To transform into a Titan, you need to have a purpose. And the reason why he looks like this, And of course, I will be going more in depth in a different video. The reason why Reiner is like this is because he just doesn't have the will to live. Obviously, he was pushed by the screams of Gabby, Falco. They were asking for herself so badly that kind of gave him a sense of purpose, which is why he was capable of transforming, but he did not transform fully. You can see that he has not, and we've seen this before as well. Obviously, with Eren, there have been certain instances where he hasn't transformed fully, but the exact same thing is happening with Reiner here. He doesn't have that great of a sense or a will to transform that greatly because he kind of wants to die. He has a great conflict within himself. And out onto the last page, we have a potential successful escape, or we have a counterattack, but we still haven't seen Levi or Zeke, so I'm definitely curious to see how that is going to play out. I would imagine that Zeke is still alive because he is too crucial of a character to just take out like that, but then again, this manga is just full of surprises. But this was a crazy chapter, so much going on. We have the start of Arman, and of course the little kid, just showing how they personally felt at the start of the show / manga. Towards the middle, we get a few more interactions between, of course, Gabby and Falco. We see Reiner struggling with having a sense of purpose. He just wants to die. We have Eren absorbing the Titan powers. So this is definitely getting crazy, and it's just so unpredictable. It could go in so many directions from this point that I had no idea where it's going to go. I'm pretty certain that it's not going to get boring, but I think we are going to have a bit of a change of pace, which is necessary, because I think that we need to know why certain things are happening and why Eren is so intent on just obtaining all these Titan powers, because there is clearly a goal in mind. But that was it. Let me know your thoughts about this current chapter in the comments down below. We'll leave the link to it in the comments. Again, big shout out to the translator, and of course just for the person that made the scans. But of course, if you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new, and I will see you all in the next one.